Of course, I thought the camera was recording. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're just gonna do like a little life tip advice video. This can be for moms, this could be for people who are moving out of their parents' house, this could be for domestic violence survivors, this could just be for anybody who really needs some life advice. And this is coming from a 25-year-old who is moved back in with her parents. This is my first time moving back in with my parents. We're not starting over, but we're starting from a better place than where we were last year. Last year I left my domestic violence relationship. I left my ex, took my kids with me, moved back in with my parents, and things have been a lot better since. I'm on a waiting list for an apartment complex because I qualify because I'm a domestic violence survivor. And every month I have to do a little check-in just so they know, like, I'm being so serious. Even when I'm losing hope and faith, I still somehow show up. And every time the end of the month comes closer, I swear to God, the first of that month, second of that month, I'm on the phone with them and I'm like, hey, this is who it is, yada yada yada, I'm on your waiting list, just wanted to do my monthly check-in, here's some updates, boom, and then move on. And then the month starts to go by and bam. So yeah, so here's my like recommendation for people who are starting over and they eventually are going to move into their own apartment. My recommendation is start buying things that you need now. Okay, so when I moved into my parents' house, I needed curtains. Okay, I bought the cheapest curtains I could find on Amazon. That was it. I bought the cheapest pillowcases, bed sheets I could buy on Amazon. I also got a bed sheet little set as a gift. So start stacking up on things like pillowcases, sheets. My recommendation is to at least have 3 freaking bed sheets, okay? That is like my recommendation. If you've got 2, that's great. But my recommendation, at least have 3. And if you can find a 4th one, my recommendation is have a 4th one. Now, pillowcases feel like it's a little bit easier to collect pillowcases over the years. So just keep what you had when like you first got pillowcases type of things. Just keep a lot of things that you first start to get over the years. I've got a lot of pillowcases and stuff when I first, obviously when I was little, because everybody was buying me bed sheets and all these things that I needed. I bought this little net thing back here for my kids' stuffed animals, and it took me a long time to buy that, but for storage wise, it is amazing. It keeps the stuffed animals out the way, and it opens more room for their toys to be in certain spots. Now, I also bought a dresser when I was living with my ex because we needed a dresser. I have a 6-year-old TV, so just so you know, if you still have an old TV, keep it. I still plan on buying a new TV, but I probably will go to like a pawn shop, or you know, there's places like Rent-A-Center. So I just like recommend like going to like the cheapest place you can get. And if you are the kind of person who would much rather pay something off, make sure you get a calendar, write down how long it's going to take for you to pay something off, and you know, pay attention to those things. That's another like adult tip from new moms. I'm a second time mom. I bought my son one of these to sleep in from Facebook Marketplace, which is another place I recommend buying certain things from. But you have to be very careful because Facebook Marketplace is not always the best place to buy stuff in. But the reason I really like this is because it's a lot softer than a crib. My daughter used to always hit her head on the bars of the crib, and I hated it. I would put blankets and do everything I could, but I was also told to not do those things because it's bad for the baby. So like they recommended to not put anything around the crib because they don't want the baby to like suffocate and get hurt and stuff like that. So I recommend this for your babies to sleep in. I also co-slept with my kids. Just another life tip. So like I also already have quite a bit of stuff for like a household to like start out with. My other thing I'm gonna do when I move in to my apartment is like, so I've talked to people about this apartment program, and they donate a lot of stuff. So like I'm not worried about things like pots and pans and stuff. I know free places I can go to get like a little cup set. There's places online. I know a lot of people trust Temu, Shein, Amazon. You can buy a lot of stuff for cheap on those. So like I recommend going the cheapest route for like when you're moving into a place. And like I said, start by buying things you already need now in the moment, and then worry about everything else later. Because at one point I was worried about needing to stock up on everything little at a time, and then I was like, well, I live in such a good state and a good county, to the point where like people love to help in the county that I live in. So like I live in a county where people are like so willing to be helpful that they will legit be like, you need a couch? I got you. You need a bed? I got you. Like I live in a state where like help is one of them things that like they want to help you mental health wise, whatever your problem is, they want to help you. Like I had such a good birth experience because of literally where I'm at, and like obviously wherever you live, like I just suggest like if you get help in your area, get the help, because you don't realize how many programs and places are out here willing to help you, because this is just like, you know, so like that's basically my little bit of advice for anybody out there who's getting ready to move into a new place. And since I am getting ready to move into a new place, this is something I want to talk about, just like I want to talk about how I just came out as lesbian and I had my first lesbian crush today. And whoa, I mean, I've had a crush on this girl for quite some time, but today I really had one of those like gay panic moments, and I can always talk about stuff like that in another video, but that's besides the point. I hope y'all enjoyed this little advice video. This is just things that work for me, but I hope that you could take some of these tips and tricks and use them, and that things really work out for you. I'll see y'all in the next video. And also don't forget, things like Goodwill, thrift shops, Walmart for laundry baskets like this for cheap. Always go the cheapest route and see what works best for you. I love y'all. See y'all next video.